small thing we need to take care of first.
Hello everybody, today is Wednesday and it is another duel time, but today I'm going to take a little break from an actual duel. It occurred to me that nobody out there might know how to play this game that I play every Wednesday. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to break it down. Now this video is a little longer, but it's the basic structure of YuGiOh. As you can see, there are millions of cards. Okay, there's about 7,000 cards or so. But all different colors and levels and attacks and effects and everything like that. Break it down step by step for you, so maybe every Wednesday you'll actually know what's going on in the videos. And I apologize to everyone out there who doesn't know how to play this game, who still watches the videos and supports it. So here we go. We're going to start off with normal monsters. Normal monsters are these light brown cards. They have no effects. They have an attack, a defense, a level, everything else but an effect. They have flavor text on them. Strange creature that hides, many of the Tsar's best jewels. You know, just flavor text. It gives you a background on the monster in the picture. That's about it for normal monsters. They're okay. You can make some pretty decent decks with them, but they are the light brown cards. Next is effect monsters. They are the dark brown cards. As you can see, they vary in effects. Some are flip, which means if they are face down and they're flipped over, their effects activate. Some are counter, which only activates when a different effect is activated. You can counter it. Or just normal effects that activate when the card is played or sent to the graveyard. It breaks down like that. Next is ritual and fusion monsters. Rituals are these blue cards. They can only be summoned by a magic card and by tributing, which means sending monsters to the graveyard whose level equals this. So this is a level 8 monster, as you can see down at the bottom, the star. And you need to get rid of 8 or higher, or no, yeah, 8 exactly, I believe, 8 or higher. I don't really remember, I don't use them very often. To make that monster with the magic card. Fusions are these purple cards. Some need polymerization, which is a magic card, or other cards that say that you can fuse one or more together. Some, like this card, YZ Tank, it doesn't need polymerization. They just kind of go together, and you just send the materials to the graveyard. Next is a newer card, which is a Synchro. This takes one tuner, which is a kind of monster, and one or more non-tuner monster that equals the level. A lot like the ritual cards, the blue ones, you have to get the exact level to summon one of these from your extra deck. And they vary in effects and attacks, just like all the rest. Some need specific tuners, like Junk Warrior back there needs Junk Synchron with specific names, so you would just add that card to your deck if you wanted to use that. So, see, one Warrior type monster, one tuner plus Power Tool Dragon. So some of them do vary. Here's my Shien that I use quite a bit. Next is the one of the newest cards. They're called Xyz monsters. They're black, and instead of levels they have ranks, so cards that affect levels do not affect these. The way these work is any monsters you have on the field that are the required level, such as if you have, for an example, if you have 2 level 2s, you can lay them on top of each other and pull one of those from your extra deck and put it on top. Next is spell cards. There are different kinds of spell cards. There are field spells, equipped spells, continuous spells, quick play spells, ritual spells, and normal spells. Field spells affect the whole field, the whole playing field, usually raise attack and defense of certain monsters, and it usually works for you and your opponent. Equipped spells are like, if I was equipping a sword, it would make me stronger. Kind of the same thing. It sticks to one monster. When the monster leaves the field, so does the equip card. Continuous spells stay on the field and have a continuous effect until it's destroyed. Quick play spells can be activated on your turn or on your opponent's turn. Ritual spells, of course, are used to ritual summon monsters, and normal spells, excuse me, you can play from your hand on your turn only. Next, there are trap cards. There are 3 different kinds. There's counter traps, continuous traps, and normal traps. Counter traps are if your opponent activates a card or another trap card, a counter trap counters it and its effect. Continuous traps are cards that remain on the field, usually attached to a monster, or have a continuous effect, and then when the monster leaves, so does the card, or it stays there. And normal traps just activate whenever the card says. There are many different kinds of monsters in the game. As you can see, all these different Aqua Plant, Beast Warrior Beasts, Psychic, Divine Beasts, tons. Attributes: Light, Dark, Water, Fire, Earth, Wind, and Divine. There are only 3 Divine cards, so that's kind of like a sub-type, but it's a type nonetheless. And the only Divine cards are the 3 God cards, as you can see. They also need 3 sacrifices. Some cards need 3 tributes to summon, rather than the usual 1 or 2. Level 1 to 4 monsters take no tributes. So if the stars at the top are 1 to 4, you can just play them from your hand, but you can only play 1 monster per turn if it's normal summoned. Level 5 to 6 takes 1 tribute, and 7 and above takes 2, unless the card says otherwise. If it needs 3, or you can summon this with just 1. Some cards do say that. There are exceptions to the rules. Just read the text at the bottom and it'll make it clear. A normal summon is just 1 card per turn, and then special summons, you can do as many special summons per turn as you're allowed, as your deck lets you. And we'll get into that later. And these are the different ranks. They're 1 to 4, 5 to 6, and 7. And again, some monsters take 3 of a monster, 4 of a monster. Just depends on how strong and how good the effect is, I suppose. And there are many attacks and defenses, all the way up to 5,000. I think that's the highest attack. But as you can see, this is a card. It has 4 stars, which means it does not need a tribute. It is a beast / effect monster, and it is light, as you can see in the top left of the black box. He has 1900 attack and 0 defense, and he can become an equipped magic card, spell card, and equip to a Utopia monster. Some monsters can become equipped cards and raise attacks and defenses and give monsters other effects. Let's see. This is an Xyz monster. Let you see up close. As you can see, its stars are on the other side. That's because it's its rank. Has 3,000 attack, 1,200 defense, a light, and a beast type monster. And he takes 2 level 5, so you would need 2 level 5 monsters on the field, and you can stack them on top of each other and summon that Xyz monster. Next I'll be showing you how to build a deck, I think the best way. Here is my Utopia deck that will be seen in future videos. It focuses around the monster Utopia. I like to have around 22 to 24 monsters in a deck. I think it's a good amount. You usually always draw a monster, and that's kind of what you want to defend yourself as much as possible. I like to have no more than 15 spells. I think that's a lot of spells, but I keep it around 10 to 13 spell cards. And no more than 7 traps. Traps you need to activate on your opponent's turn. You have to wait a turn, so you can't have that many. And then 15 cards in your extra deck. I just loaded it up with the best ones. So I will show you some examples of gameplay. Let's go ahead and go into the duel. thingy mabobber. I'm gonna dual Bandit Keith just because he's easy, but he also can come at you. See, I got a good amount of monsters, a nice trap, and some useful magic cards. That's what I'm looking for. And those numbers are really what I go by every time I build a deck. So, I have 3 effect monsters, all level 4 and lower. So I can play 1 monster. See, I can't summon these anymore because I summoned 1 time because it was a normal summon. He has 4 stars, 2200 attack. And I will lay a trap card. You can't activate trap cards on your turn. You have to wait 1 turn to use it. And this card I can only use when he attacks me. So, I'll end my turn. Also, in the middle of the screen, you see those words. Oh, here we go. He is playing a ritual card, the one I showed you. See, he played the magic card, got rid of 2 cards that equal level 8, and he played Zero the Mant, which is his ritual card. I will, of course, Mirror Force that, so I don't get my butt kicked by it, but how convenient. Let's see. See? 8 or more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Both of those cards equaled 8. And he played his level 8 ritual. Okay, so I drew Call of the Haunted, which is a continuous trap. What it does is it brings one of my monsters back to life. And it stays on the field as a continuous trap because it continues its effect until my monster dies, then it goes to the graveyard. So I'm gonna play Unicorn Spear. See, and because I have 2 level 4s, I can Xyz for a monster in my extra deck. This is an Xyz summon. A little whooshy whooshy for the camera, but what you would do is, as you can see, lay them on top of each other and put the Xyz on top. And then what he has, see, they equip to him as overlay units. And his effect is that he can negate an attack if I get rid of one of those. So if I send one of those to the graveyard, his effect works. That's pretty much how Xyz monsters work. This one I can play another one on top. So now he has 3 overlay units. And this card becomes an equipped spell card for a Utopia monster. So that's how those are used. And now he gets the effect that's in this text over here. If you're looking to get into YuGiOh, and I'm going a little fast, just feel free to message me and I will lay it out for you more slowly and more in depth. I know I'm going a little fast, but just let me know. It's a really good game. It's really fun and really entertaining. See, this card was special summoned because I killed his monster. Like I was saying before, the words in the middle are your phases. Certain effects happen during phases. Your draw phase, of course, you draw a card. I can use this card's effect on Utopia Ray. Equipped him as another spell card, make him stronger. But your standby phase is kind of when you're thinking what to do and your opponent gets a chance to kind of react. Your battle phase is, your main phase, excuse me, is when you kind of play all your cards, you get your field situated. Battle phase is, of course, when you attack in battle. Your main phase 2 is in case you forgot to do something, or you wanted to wait until after you attack to see what your opponent was going to do. And then, of course, your end phase. Certain effects activate during the end phase or during the draw phase, so that's why there are different phases. As you can see at the top, I have 8,000 life points. He has 3,600. When your life points reach 0 or you run out of cards in your deck, you lose if you can't draw. And I am going to go ahead and attack him. And win this one. Next I'm going to be showing you fusion summoning. This is with my hero deck. He gets to go first. Alright, not a bad hand. I can actually fusion summon my first turn, which is really good. As you can see, my fusion cards, they take 2 hero monsters. This one takes 2 heroes, 1 hero, 1 water, 1 hero, 1 dark monster, Evian, and Burstinatrix. So they have different requirements for which monsters you can summon to, and all these cards need polymerization. So I'm going to use my magic card. Lets me special summon, which isn't a normal summon. So if I summon him and I had another monster in my hand, I could summon him too. But it takes 2 hero monsters. They combine to make 1 brand new monster. Polymerization goes to the graveyard, and that's your fusion summon. Play both of these A forces, which are continuous spells. They raise all warrior types by 200 for each warrior I have on the field. And he gets to special summon because his monster died. Next, I'm going to be showing you a Synchro Summon with, of course, my 6 Samurais. I can't think of a faster deck to be able to synchro with. Oh, not bad. I'm going to start off with this. See, it's a quick play, so I can play it right from my hand. Or if it was on the field, I could have played it on his turn. Next, I'm going to be playing 6 Samurai United, which is a continuous spell. It stays on my field. I'm going to summon Kizan and watch. See that token that just added? Or not token, sorry. It's called a counter. And if we were playing in real life, you would use a dice or something to kind of count how many times the effect can be activated. This one has a max of 2. And once I take them off and destroy the card, I get its effect. See it up there in the top left corner? Next to the card, it says ×1. Those are counters. It's just like a placeholder so that you know how many is on the card and how much of the effect you get to use. When this one gets 2, I get to draw a card for each one, so I could use it now and I only get 1 card, but I kind of want to wait until I can get it to have 2. Alright, here we go. Now we can get to the Synchro Summon. I will play Reinforcements of the Army. I get a level 1 to 4 warrior and add to my hand. Of course, I'm going to go for Kagemusha. See how his number is yellow down at the bottom? It's because he is a tuner. Over on the left, it says warrior/tuner. I need him to make a synchro monster. Any monster that is a tuner can make a synchro monster. He also has an effect that I never really use because he's always in the graveyard. I kind of feel bad for him, but so I'm going to use Kageki. I'm going to use his effect. See, I got another counter. I'll use his effect to special summon Kagemusha. That's how I was allowed to summon 2 because I normal summoned and then special summoned. I will get rid of that card to draw 2. And I can special summon him too. When his effect says if I control 2 or more 6 Samurais with a different name, as you can see I have 3, I can special summon him without tributing or anything. That's why this deck is so fast and deadly, because I can just destroy. Let's see with this. I don't really need this card right now. So I'm going to Synchro Summon. See, I can summon any level 5. It doesn't have to be the 6 Samurai. He just has the best effect out of the 3. 1. See, he's 2 stars, he's 3. That equals 5. They both go to the graveyard unlike XCs. And my monster comes out. And that is a Synchro Summon. Some of them are a lot harder. Some take more than 1 monster to add up to the level. I mean, they get pretty complicating. So just watch for that. Make sure you have the right tuners and right XCs monsters before you add them to your deck, because you can get in a bind if you find out that you can't summon any of your cards because you didn't read the text properly. See, I want to play my trap now, so I'm going to go to my main phase 2. sometime today. Right. Play. Sorry. Little video issue. Look, he's gonna try to summon his Zero the Mant again. I will play. Add 1 level 3 lower 6 samurai from my hand to my deck to my hand. Sorry, I'm gonna go with Kageki because even with his effect of me being able to special summon another 6 samurai, he has a pretty good effect. Otherwise, when there's more than, I think it's 2 6 samurais with different names on my side of the field, his attack goes up by quite a bit. Alright. So I waited one turn to play Kageki to see if I got another Kagemusha, but I'm not going to. I played Solidarity, which is a continuous magic card that raises all their attacks because I only have warriors. See, his attack went up by a lot, which is a part of his effect too. I'm going to use my monster's effect. See, he had a counter trap for when I destroyed his monster, his effect activated. And I just attack and win the duel. So I think I've pretty much covered every basic thing about this game. There are spell speeds and other things that you can look up online or the rulebook to see just how fast the cards are. Some cards effects activate faster or slower than other effects. There's also a ban list of cards that are illegal, so if you're going to start to play this game, make sure you go on YuGiOhcard.com, I believe it is, and look at the ban list to make sure you're not playing with illegal cards. I hope this video helped anyone out there that's watching my duel times. Like and subscribe, and I will fight Kaiba next Wednesday, and I hope you liked it. Have a good day.